the Tesla Model 3 performance version. Look, I got a key going here. Look at this nice glass roof up top. I gotta tap this over here, the center console, to unlock this so that I can navigate to the supercharger. I have about 58% battery on here, but I plan on going and topping it off so that we can make a quick road trip out to the Rockwall area, about 50 miles from here. It says it's preconditioning battery for supercharging, so that means it's gonna get ready for fast charging. So by the time I get there, it should be good. Okay, let me back out of here. I like this rear view camera on here. This is the stealth version. It's like without the 20-inch wheels. It's got the 18-inch wheels on here, and it's very fast. It'll go 0 to 60. Drag time's recorded it in 2.9 seconds. Everything is done intuitively through this digital display up front. And listen, it's just super quiet. There's no engine noise. And that acceleration is just very fast. That acceleration will never get old. Man, living the dream. This version that he got, he said that he paid about $60,000 for it. I rented this out through Turo, and you could use my code to rent a car if you're ever interested in renting a car out too. Everything in this car though, like, it's all done through here. You could, you know, see the camera in the back. You know, you got yourself a rear view camera right there. Neat stuff. Navigation. It still says it's preconditioning for. Let's not get copyrighted here. I don't know if that's a copyright song, so let's not play that. But this has got all the premium sound speakers. I know that they have 2 amps in this car, one up front, one in the back. Come on, let's go. After driving my my car, my 4Runner for a while, this car feels super low to the ground. This car, when you push the throttle, it'll just go. Like, I'm doing 70 right now, but it's like the 60 to 80 speed just like goes. This thing's got so much torque. Watch.
Whoa! Oh my god!
And just like that, we're doing 100. Like, that's mind-blowing. So we're gonna go to these superchargers up front here and charge the vehicle, get it to a little bit of a higher battery percentage. Let's see how I'm gonna pull in here. Looks like there's already a few Teslas there. Look at these Teslas. There's a Tesla there. This is for handicap. Should be good right there.
뭐야, 테슬라차 여기서 들어왔네. 주둥이가 먼저 들어왔었어야 했는데.
찍고 있어? Okay, so I just plugged it in and it says starting to charge, and it's taking a minute. So while I'm giving it about 15 minutes to charge up, I'm just gonna go through some of the Easter eggs back here. And look, there's an arcade game. What? Beach Buggy. while I'm waiting to charge this, okay, let's see what this is about. What? Vector unit? Loading? What is this? Cool. It looks like the car we're driving. So how this works is you could use your pedals and steer with this to make it a real game. Here we go. Try using the steering wheel and brake to play. Whoa! Jeez! 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 Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm going. Yes. Ooh. People are looking at me while I'm playing this game. They're looking funny. But I think that it's just kind of neat. It's, you know, like there's games through here, and you can do things while you're waiting for this supercharging to finish. You know, you got like 15 minutes remaining. Let's see some of this other stuff in here. It's a pretty brand new car. There's only like 11,000 miles through here. They even have something called like a fart mode. You can turn like farts on turn signal. It's a ludicrous fart. Short ripper. Boring. Oh, that's just funny. They think of everything in here. I'm beginning to like get attached to this car. It's just, I heard that there was a recent update too where you can watch Netflix and YouTube through here. So let's take a look. I don't know where this is in the menu, but okay, here, probably web here. We can go to, it's a big giant screen. So like my channel is youtube.com/KPBOIX99. There we go. Let's see what happens when I hit enter. I wonder if it's through the website or through the app, but let's see what happens. And this is all built-in internet. You don't have to pay for any kind of internet connection with this. You automatically get this when you purchase a... Oh, check your internet connection and try again with theater mode. Okay, I don't know why that popped up, but I know that maybe this isn't the current, like, updated version. I have to check. What version? 10.2? 10.2? Stopping mode, power increase. See, even recently your car's been increased with approximately 5% improving acceleration and performance. So stuff like this, the car just automatically receives. There's a new game called Cuphead. Smart Summon. You can summon the car to your location in the parking lot. All this kind of stuff is just intuitively put into the car. It's just really nice to see that. There we go. Netflix, Spotify, karaoke. You can feel out the karaoke app and then sing karaoke in your car. There's so much to do in here, and I'm not even completely 100% familiar with how everything works in here, but you know, I'm learning it. I'm gonna keep the climate on, and it looks like this is, you know, you can adjust the fan speed here, and this is kind of neat here. You know, you can choose to where you want this airflow to blow to, like to your face, or just centralized, or you know, you could split it like this. I like it split. It's really neat. It's just all kinds of things you don't normally see in cars. Okay, this lady's going over here. Maybe she just needs to see that I'm okay. I'm gonna lower my windows a little bit. What is this exclamation mark? Okay, so it has a Sentry mode where it can record things through the Sentry mode, and it's kind of a good amount of space here inside. You can see this is where the USB disc would go into if you were to plug in a USB and have it record the audio and have it record the video files in case of anything bad was to happen in Sentry mode. It gives you like some dash cam footage around the car. It's pretty neat. So now I have about 10 minutes at this supercharger remaining to get to this supercharging point right here. And the battery, it's recommended that it's not more than 90% topped off, because it's not good to have it topped up to 100% because the battery will degrade. There's a lot of talk online about that. I've been noticing on like the Facebook groups, and you can follow Facebook group Model 3. There's a lot of questions and answers that you can get answered through there. 2 miles from my next exit and just driving along and taking the wheel. This car is just a smooth ride. It's very easy to drive. You can still feel the bumps and everything in the road because it's, you know, a low car, but you know, overall it's a solid feel of a car, like a sports car. It's got a lot of instant torque that's just available at the push of the throttle here. Seating wise, the seat is very comfortable. It's kind of cushy. It's very comfortable seat. I heard that recently they don't use any kind of leather in their seats. It's all pleather, and I like this whole minimalistic style of the interior. There's nothing really here to look at besides this giant dashboard and the speedometer here, which I'm looking at to see how fast I'm going. Feels like I'm driving a rocket ship. You know, this left lane is for passing, but some people are just keeping right up with traffic, and it's just really slow. This thing has regenerative braking too, so you hardly have to use your brakes in this car. There we go. We're in a sporty ride. Let's hope there's no boxes or anything in the road. The owner of this car was saying that there was a box in the road and his wife hit the box and it kind of did some scuffing to the bottom of the car, so yeah, this is definitely a fast one. It gets up so easily. Man, this thing is just smooth of a ride. Can keep up with anything. Don't show all that, Rosa. We don't want to show them how fast we're really going. Look at that view.
Hey, 안 보여.
Nice view of the lake. Okay, so now this is in autopilot because I hit the lever down twice. It's keeping track of everything that's in my environment, and you know, everything is good here with it's saying to apply a little slight pressure, but I'm not pushing the gas. I'm not doing anything. It's keeping up with traffic, and I'm able to just monitor my surroundings. This is really the most efficient way to go about driving. See how the road is turning like this, but you know, the cars, it's just staying right dead center with everything. It's really comfortable. I think that this autopilot would be really good in traffic or any kind of just long kind of driving. It would take a lot of the stress out of driving for you. Very futuristic, very futuristic. See, there's a car there. And I'm not really steering, you know? It sees everything around me, all the surroundings. There's cameras on the side and the front up here. There's cameras in the back, everywhere. It's just constantly monitoring my surroundings and situation here. Perfect. Perfect. It's like 77 miles max here. You can set the speed limit and everything. Right now it's at 77 miles an hour, so it won't go up higher than that. Otherwise, you know, it could be breaking some speed laws. But right now we're just doing 72. It's just pacing with the car in front of us there, and you know, it shows where all these cars are in my blind spot. So that's really convenient also. I like it. I like that. You know, statistically, the left lane and the very right lane are the lanes that are the most ticketed. And so if I was just to stay in this, see, I took over control of it. See that? Now I'm in control of this. Coming in this way, and I have autopilot on right now, and I'm gonna see how the cars react here in this space. You know, everything's merging here, and with traffic I have less to stay focused on and pay attention into my environment because there's cameras around me that are doing everything for me. Look, here's a Model 3 behind me too. It's following me, and you know, we're both going up together. It's always fun seeing other Model 3s around and seeing how everything's adjusting in real time. We got about 2.4 miles to go before we take our next exit. We had 80% of battery charge when we left at our original point, and now we're at 60%, so I've been driving real heavy footed. So 20% of battery has came down since then. That's very reasonable though. Like, I had a lot of fun driving to this point from there, and man, it just makes me want to own a Model 3 Performance now because of how good it drives. Not only does it drive good, but the Model 3 is one of the safest vehicles out on the road. It's passed a lot of highway safety tests, and you can really get around town and feel safe that your family is going to be okay. See, look, it's detecting that there's a slowdown in traffic, and automatically my speed is reduced. I'm 100% safe. There's obstacles in the way. It knows how to avoid those obstacles. It knows how to keep up speed with the cars up front. Got about 9.5 miles to go up onto this freeway. And let's see here. Okay, so I go once down and then double click, and now it's back in autopilot. I'm just letting it drive for me. I got 8.9 miles to go on this road, and once I get down there further, I gotta exit. So I'm gonna try to hop over into the left lane. But I'm gonna just put the left click and let it merge over when it's safe. Like right now, I don't want to be in this right lane, but I'm also conscious that there's people merging on here, and you know, there's people way back there too, so you got to be careful. Let's see here. It says apply. See that message? It disappeared when it says apply a slight weight to the steering wheel. And sometimes people say that they put like a water bottle or some kind of an orange on here to get rid of that message. Maybe if I do it like this, maybe that message will just disappear. I'm not gonna try. Let's see here. Okay, I'll go in this left lane too. And we've made it to our destination. All right. Let me get my cell phone. That's probably the only thing that I really need from here. This car is amazing. Amazing. It was a fun drive here. Alright, we are at the Harbor District here in the city of Rockwall, and this is a nice place that we have a lot of memories with because we met here and we had dates here. We got good drone footage from here a couple of years ago. I think that was like 3 years ago. Nice fresh air. Get some nice pictures there, Rosa, for your gram. Yes. Nice. Looks sharp. Looks good. Getting our vitamin D. Natural vitamin D.
얼굴로. 머리로 하는 게 아니라 얼굴로.
A face full of vitamin D. Oh look, they're flying the drone over there. Up, up and away.
Oh.
Wow, that thing gets pretty high.
조그맣게 잘 올라가네, 근데.
The Model 3 back in it. I like the interior. It's got this oak kind of a dashboard to it. Let's see here. It's still at like a 72-degree temperature that I set it at.
이거 충전하러 가자. 또 찾아봐.
Energy consumption. Look at this. Projected range, 215 miles of range, it says. That's a good amount of range there. If I wanted to navigate to, like a supercharger. Nearest supercharger. Let's see, how would we find her? Supercharger. superchargers. There's one in Dallas. I'm gonna go to this one in Dallas. There's one in Plano too. Let's go to the one in, how about Plano? Says it's gonna take us there about 48 minutes and then we'll get there with
충전을 좀 시키고 가는 게 낫지 않을까?
Plano 쪽에.
여긴 없어?
The Tesla's nice, Grace.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome to the Tesla ride.
Are you gonna do auto drive?
I could do
Have you
autopilot.
tried it?
Yes, it's gonna take like 16 miles from here, 30 minutes. So it's a good amount of driving. We went to Rockwall before this and
What you doing, Rockwall?
oh, we were just out there and viewing the lake, doing a little bit of a date.
Oh, date day.
Date night, yes.
Yes. And I interrupted?
No, you didn't
Perfect.
interrupt it. It was good.
Now take the US 75 South ramp.
US 75. See, like, this one's got the performance.
Oh my god! Oh shit!
Yeah. See, we're doing a pretty good amount of speed. That's the performance.
Grab on me. Come on.
That never gets old.
Spirit.
Whiplash. Whiplash.
Trying to kill us? 여보세요. 놀래면 안 돼. 아이고.
That comes in handy. One last fill up. I'm down to like 20% and charging this Tesla up one last time before returning it to the owner. It's charging. It's not going to take very long, but man, I am going to miss having this ride after enjoying it for a day. It's like I really am tempted to pull the trigger on one of these Tesla Model 3s. It's just so nice of a car. Like everything about it, from the acceleration, mainly the acceleration, that never gets old, to, oh, what else is fun about this car? Like, well, it's 8:50 right now. I'm taking it back to the owner by 10 o'clock. Let's see how many miles I drove on this car. So for this supercharging session, it's gonna take 25 minutes for it to reach up to 80% battery level. I mean, that's pretty fast. 570 miles per hour is what it's saying it's gonna be charging it up to right now. I just charged it up when it said 20%, so this is amazing fast. Very happy with how everything's going so far with this car. I mean, what's not to love about this car? It's got good sharp handling, it's got crisp turns, 18-inch aero wheels seem to be just right on this car. I mean, I got some groceries and they're all back here, and there's plenty of room for what, I mean, I could use on a daily basis. It's very practical to have. Back seat wise, I mean, I'm sitting back here, and for a long road trip, I don't think that it's not that unspacious. Like, my wife's got her seat laid way back, and I mean, there's enough good distance here, good space here to comfortably sit down. There's little pockets down here. There's 2 USB ports right here for your phones. A little bit of rear control. Everything is done in that front panel, that front LCD screen, including the rear passengers air comfort. Let's see here. We've got some cup holders right here. Little armrest action. Hey, that's kind of nice. And that's the basics of it. Little night lights here. Let's see. We're still supercharging. It says we're at 50%. We got about 20 minutes left to charge it, top it off. Let's see what else we got here. Besides that, everything else is done intuitively. You can hear a low humming if I wanted to open the front of this car, there's a button right here. It says open, and the front of that pops open. And there's some more storage space up front here. You can see how, you know, you could put like a backpack there or something. Just, it's got some grocery hooks right here. Just a little bit of stuff. All you really have here is the windshield wiper fluid, and nothing else is really required for this car. Got to give that a good nudge to get it shut. You can see here on the screen that compared to the beginning of when it was charging, it's dropping off in the miles per hour that it's charging at. The speed was at like 500 something when I was beginning the charge at a low battery capacity. And now that the battery has been going for some time, you can see that it's dropping off because the battery is reaching more and more of a full position. That's just how the charge current works with it. And in about 10 more minutes, it looks like it'll be at that percentage where we have 80%, but I think 65% is a good percentage to bring this back in condition to the owner. So time to head on out. All right, we're at 66% now, and it says to put the key and press the brake to drive. You got to have this key right here and put it over here in the middle console, and then now it can be placed into rear and you can back out and drive. So let's go out here and get this car back. Couple more Tesla stalls on this side too. Driving this Tesla in the city, it's definitely for the city. I feel like it's perfect because there's not too much of a big clunky car that I'm driving around. And you know, normally driving a car like this, it's gonna be a hassle, especially if it's like a big truck. If you're driving around a big truck, is kind of a hassle to get around town because it's harder to maneuver, you know.
Turn right onto
But with
West
this car,
University Drive.
it's so much easier to maneuver it because it's so compact, and you can take the turns real tight. And as you can see, like the front of this bumper, you can really see over this front of this bumper really well too. I mean, that's pretty
Now
neat.
turn right onto West University Drive.
Even on the way here, I like how it was telling me how to avoid traffic. Like there was a lot of traffic coming this way because of an accident. But things like that just make it so much more nicer to drive and have a good experience with. Look, here's a Camaro that I'm pulling up on here. It's really no contest. Like any Camaro, any Mustang, like there's no contest. There's no way that a Camaro would beat me. Like this technology here, you're talking about like instant torque, instant, you know, this thing has instant power. Like there's no way that a Camaro or anything would beat me. Like, look, I'm at 0 miles an hour here at this light. Once I hit green, I'm gonna punch it here, and we're off like that. That is fast. We're doing 55 miles an hour. That is fast.
In 500 feet, turn left onto North Interstate 35.
That is fast. That was fast. We're going fast, fast, fast. Did you see how fast we did that in? Okay, going into autopilot mode here. Just hit the stick and, you know, it's monitoring my surroundings, it's adjusting my speed and making sure that I'm going into a good turn. I'm not controlling the handle. Nighttime, it does good at holding the position of my autopilot. It's very satisfactory. I like how it's guiding me along just safely. I have it set to about 3 or so car lengths behind the car that I'm currently following. So everything is coasting along nice and good. I could see this being a definite long-term solution to traveling in distances and making the daily commute a lot more fun for sure. I mean, you don't really need all that power at the pedal, but hey, it is nice knowing that you do have that power on hand when you so wanted it. And here you go, like I have the right turn signal on, and it's detecting that it's clear to move over, and there it goes. The blinker turned off by itself, and it's just cruising along just perfectly. I am just automatically having this car drive for me. It detects the speed limit here, so everything is like in tune with the laws, and you can adjust it exactly how you would want it to drive. Very neat.
In 1 mile, take exit 462 on the right
There
towards
it goes.
State School Road.
It's telling me
Road.
how far the next exit's gonna be here, so I'm gonna merge over here and see it's still on autopilot. There it goes. I mean, it takes some faith just letting go of the wheel and letting it do its thing, but it's doing its thing. It's working its magic.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up, open the park,